Hello, this is Sonja from My Happy Space. Welcome back at my channel. I am still, hopefully, if I speak to you in England, having my holiday, God willing. So I've made this video a while ago, but I just thought this would be the perfect project to do while I am away and you have something to watch. I'm going to join the Full Deck Challenge, which is hosted by Shanouki. She is actually South African who lives in Australia also. She's got a YouTube channel called Security Art, which I will link obviously down below for you. She is the host of that. She's got a Facebook group also, and I've been also watching her. And I thought it's just nice. What you do is you take cards. You see I've got a mix of cards here. A deck card, which has got about 52 or 54 cards in it. I googled it and Google couldn't decide if it's 52 or 54. This time she has 4 prompts which you need to put on your card. Now card 1, which is obviously in the beginning now, it's the challenge hasn't started such a long time ago. It's a second challenge. I think it started probably about 3 or 4 months ago. So the first card was numbers, a bird, bright pink, and hole punch. So that's 4 things you need to put on this card. So it's quite a lot. I think it's quite a lot for one card, but maybe that's a challenge to it. Now the reason why I was attracted to it, especially when I heard the number 52, is I've got a verse of the week every day, or every week when I do my Bible journaling in my walk-worthy journal. But this is where I do my Bible study each day in. So what I have is I've got an overview of my month, and then I've got a weekly overview also. See, a weekly overview, and then I always have a memory verse, and I've got a verse of the week. Something that stood out for me. I'm reading through the Bible, so obviously as I go through the Bible each week, there is one verse, a highlight verse, which really spoke to me, and I was thinking this will be a good way of documenting this, using the prompts at the front and at the back, having a journaling space to write down the verse. So by the end of the year, I have 52 verses that spoke to me. I mean, I've got it here, but I'm always keen for junk journaling. I'm always keen for putting things down. And as you've seen my 2 videos with my unboxing of my parcels from America, I've got lots of Tim Holt things and vintage things now available. So I want to use it. So I was thinking I'm going to do the Full Deck Challenge. So let's get on. I'll see how many I can make today, maybe 1 or 2, because obviously I'm very behind. It's almost at the end of the year. I might not always do videos, but at least I will see how many videos I can do today or how many cards I can do today. Okay, I've got all my stuff together. I've got this little budgie, which is from Rosie Design, one of their die cuts. And I've got this piece of paper, which I used actually in my junk journal July also. And I thought I'm going to use this as hot pink. I can't remember if the prompt was now hot pink or bright pink, but it's probably more or less the same thing. So I don't know if I really honored that, but that was the only thing I had. And I'm also determined not to really print things out totally unless I cannot use what I have, but I want to use what I have, used my scraps and my things in my boxes to do these prompts. So I'm going to now do the hole punch. I've got this pink piece of paper, which I'm just going to cut some or press some hole punches in. Can't actually remember what, I think her name is Shana did. I think she did more or less the same, but yeah, I can't remember. I've watched the videos quite a long time ago. But yeah, I just thought I'm going to do that. And then I decided if I put the pink piece of paper on that other pink piece of paper, the contrast of the hole punches is not big enough. So I just decided to use this a white piece of paper. Just it's the end with Kids Flamingo. And then I'm just going to put it on there and put the pink piece of paper with the hole punches on top of there, and hopefully the contrast will be better. So I think I like how that looks. I sort of overlapped it because I'm going to put the parrot also on the one side. I like to overlap things. It's a bit boring I find if you put things straight in the middle. So I like the fact that it's sort of one-sided. But I wanted to color that white piece a little bit with Kids Flamingo, sort of wet my sponge a little bit more to make it a little bit more pink. But yeah, that's what it is. So I'm now putting the budgie on there, and now I'm looking for some numbers. This is also a stencil for my friend Brenda, and I've just decided to use those numbers, and I'm going in again with the Kids Flamingo. In hindsight, I think I should have used a darker distress ink, maybe black or blue or something like that. But yeah, later I will fix it and try to make it a little bit more, stand a little bit more out there. Yeah, I'm missing a good number stamp. That's maybe one thing I will try to pick up in England, maybe a Tim Holtz number stamps or his field note set or something like that, because yeah, I love numbers, but yeah, I don't really have a number stamp. So I'm just using these stencils. Obviously, I could have used some stickers, or something like that, or I could have just drew my own numbers, but I've decided to do that. And as you can see, I'm going in with my black marker to create a little bit more dimension. Now I'm just putting this budgie on foam tab because I wanted to create more dimension on this little piece of paper. I thought it looks a little bit flat. Obviously, it's a small surface. It can easily look very flat. So because it looks a little bit flat, I decided I want to sort of scrunch up that side a little bit to create a little bit of interest. So yeah, the card is not so flat. I'm still getting in my rhythm. Obviously, this is my first card. As the prompt goes on, I will definitely get a little bit better. And I'm yet again going with this distress oxide ink just to make it a little bit more brighter there. And yeah, now I'll put my verse in the back. Okay, so the next card is gold. So I've got these gold little stars, which I might use. I'll see. Or gold paint. Okay. Then texture paste. So I've got obviously my texture paint. Stencils. I've got the stencils which my friend from America, the one lady, sent me, and I'm so excited to use it. I think I'm going to use that flower one, and I'm going to put the gold stars inside the sort of the flowers, and then black paint splatter, so I'll get that out later, and a butterfly. Now first of all, let's see if we can find a butterfly. This is also my goodies from America. Now if I can't remember who sent who, please forgive me. It's going to be either Brenda or my friend from America, the other friend who wants to be anonymous. So that's quite interesting. I might use this. This is like a acetate one. This is almost like a washi tape one. I'll see later. So this is an option. Let's see what else is there. Let's see if there's any. I should have actually. I don't think there's any. I think this is more travel. So let's see if there's anything else I can use. That's a good start already. That. I don't think, yeah. It's also a butterfly, but I don't think I'm going to use the white butterfly. Here's also butterflies, but I think they're a bit small. There's another one. Well, that's more or less the same. Let's see what's this. Okay. I think I like actually these cards for backings. I might actually use some of them. Let's see, this is, I think my friend from America sent this. I think this box is which Brenda sent me. Let's see what's in here. These nice cards. It's actually a nice journaling card which I can put my verses on. So maybe I'll take this to put my verses on. Like the bingo cards, I'm not going to use that. That's spiritual prescription. That's a good idea to use these cards to put. And now this is the people. It's, yeah. Okay, let's, I think we've got enough. I wanted to use some book pages for it, but I think, yeah, I think let's see what we can do with this, and let's put this page together. So I'm going to use this beautiful piece of paper, which I'm pretty sure is probably from the U Creative Studio prescription box. It looks to me like something that comes in their boxes. So I'm going to put that on top of there, but I'm deciding to use the bottom bit of it because I didn't want to use the flower at the top because I know I'm going to stencil some flowers on it. So now I'm going to use this fantastic stencils, which I'm absolutely in love with. And I'm just going to use some of that flowers, and I'm going to get my texture paste ready. So I've got my white texture paste, but then I decided I'm going to color it, make it a nice green. I've got this emerald green paint, and paint works very well when you mix it with texture paste. The moist works very well. This worked very well. So I've got this fantastic, beautiful, I don't know, yeah, emerald green, absolutely beautiful. So now I'm just placing the stencil at the right place. So I'm just going to go over it, make sure it's very smooth. I'm very, very impressed with these stencils. The impression was absolutely amazing. It looks stunning. This card is definitely my favorite so far. Now I've done just two, but this one is my favorite, definitely. So that is the end result. And yeah, I just had to wait till it dry. And then I've decided, obviously, I'm going to put these gold little things inside. I've just pressed it on there. I don't think even I use glue because, it was the texture paint. I think we'll keep it there. If it falls out later, I will obviously use glue. And then I thought I'm going to just do there at the top also. That I glue on, obviously. So I just have about 5 or so of them there. So I love how the subtleness of the gold is. And then I decided to cut the edges of the butterfly because I just wanted to have the whole butterfly. So I'm just going to choose a space there and just sort of overlap it there. And I'm deciding to use these thread, which is exactly almost the same color as the texture paint. And I'm just bundling it up just to create a little bit of texture. And then I'm going to staple it on there because that is probably the best way to fasten acetate. Yeah, otherwise you will see the glue through it. So I love how that looks. Sorry, it's a bit out of screen. So I'm going to use this Daniel Smith paint to create my black paint splatters. Love how that looks. That just finish it off. I did fainted it at the end, but yeah, it turned out beautifully. So now it's time to put my verses at the back, and I'm just looking through my file, and I'm going to start with the verse Genesis 1 verse 29. And it talks about that we need to look to God. It says, then God said, look, I've given you everything for your food. And it's Genesis 1 verse 29. And my word of the year is actually look up. So that actually worked perfectly out. In my first reading, it was already look to me. And it's just a reminder that we need to look for our physical food and our spiritual food to God. And He gave us everything we need. So that's going to be on my first card. So yeah, that is something to be remembered. And then week 2 is Proverbs 3 verse 16 to 18, which I always read one verse in Proverbs also. It says, wisdom offers you a long life in a right hand and riches and honor in a left. She will guide you down the delightful paths. All her ways are satisfied. And this is such a beautiful verse. And I'm so glad I was reminded of it because I remember when I read it, I was actually meditating and thinking about it for quite a long time. And I just replaced wisdom with Jesus because we know He is wisdom. So Jesus offers us a long life and His right hand riches and honor, and He will guide us in a delightful way. So yeah, I'm going to write this now down. Okay, so I've written here at the back of these cards. Week 1, and I put bird, number, heart, pick, and hole puns, and then Genesis 1 verse 29, which I've read to you earlier. And then week 2, butterfly, texture paint, gold and black splatters. And then Proverbs 3 verse 16 to 18. So I'm just going to put that, make sure I put it the right way on. Okay, so now I'm just going to put it on my ring, which I will later decorate. But yeah, now I've got my first 2 cards of my 2 verses which meant a lot to me. And as I said, I'm so happy that I was reminded of this verse. Again, it's a bit now upside down, but it doesn't matter really. There you go. So I hope you enjoyed coming on this journey with me. And yeah, I really had fun to do it. As I said, it's got a purpose and it gives me an outlet for junk journaling, and I can use all my wonderful supplies which I got recently. You must have a fantastic day. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing and commenting. Let me know what you think about this challenge, if it's something you'd like to join in with. I will leave obviously all the details down below. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.